Okay guys, this is undoubtedly the best Yu-Gi-Oh match I've ever had. So let's start off. This hand is not a very good hand. I drew two wolves. Whenever I draw a bad starter hand, I'll either have an awesome duel or I'll just get bodied. That's what happens when I don't draw good in the first hand. I'm going first. I do the usual raid and mill, nothing good. Then I mill with Minerva, nothing good again. So a bad first turn. I milled 3 spells, 5 spells, and the only good mill I got was Snow. So, and now I'm playing against Red Eyes. This is where I get to see what I'm playing against. He summons his Stone Legend. I decide I don't want his plays to get started, so I banish my entire grave for Snow, put him face down. He still gets to do some plays. Kills my Minerva, she triggers. Nothing good again, she doesn't even get a pop. Though I did get that Glow Bulb in the grave, which is good, I guess. I start off with Glow Bulb because pretty much no matter how bad my mills are, I know I'll be able to at least get a Trish. And my mills were again bad. I suicide my Minerva so I can get those extra mills. I pop that Torrential. Which he hadn't used because he had a bunch of cards on board that he didn't want to lose. But here comes Big Daddy Trish. I decided I wanted to banish his other trap, since I had already seen that he had a Torrential that told me that he was playing some live traps. So I decided to go for the other one, just in case it was something else for later on. And so again, I had bad mills this turn. I had to just pass turn. And right here, that was a misplay on my part. I had wanted to summon my Snow to put this card face down, but I didn't have always chain on, so I couldn't react to it. But maybe it ended up being a good play, because then I wouldn't have been able to hit the Metal Dragon. So I hit the Metal Dragon here. He kills my Snow, he kills my Trish, and here's where things start getting more desperate. I'm running out of cards in my deck. I use my Soul Charge. I didn't even know what that trap did, but it got rid of my Link Monster. I decide I'm just gonna try and deplete as many resources of his as possible. Now, we're at turn 6. I'm at 2,700 life points. He's still at 8k. I have 8 cards left in my deck. He still has 28. But I returned the Black Flare Dragon because he can't just summon it. So maybe if he got a dead draw, I'd be lucky and I could start getting those licks of damage in. And effectively, he did get a dead draw. But he had that Blackstone Legend. Sets it. And here's where I do what is probably a misplay. I knew this was obviously the Blackstone Legend, and I knew that he had the Black Flare Dragon in his hand, but what I did not know was Blackstone also works with Black Flare Dragon. I thought it only worked with normal monsters. So what I should have done was attack over this, then banished it in grave. But I decided to get that out of his hand first. So the next turn he just does the same thing. Returns the Flare Dragon, gets the Blackstone back and sets it again. So now I notice that he's just going to keep getting it back. So I do banish it from the grave. All the meanwhile, I keep getting some awesome dead draws in my hand. Because of course. But it's okay. I still have a Snow that's live. And I have that Rex for her. 6 cards in the deck. I decide I'm gonna go for his Flare Dragon just for the attack. I go for the snow so that his equipped monster won't trigger. Now here's where it gets bad. Okay, he gets the Comet Dragon out. He burns me. So now all he has to do is attack over one of these guys, and I lose. So I have to use my Snow Engrave and banish every card I have just to not die. And all the meanwhile, I only have 5 cards in my deck. But thankfully, Giant Rex does trigger. I'm running out of extra deck options. So this card right here. When I drew this card, my options were activate it, and it was probably gonna fizzle. I had 4 cards in my deck, 25% chance of actually drawing my only Lightsworn monster, which was Felice. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I probably only had 1 in there, and I did know it's probably gonna fizzle. But the reason I did it was so that the snow could be live after I had already XYZ'd. Had I drawn the Felice off of this, it would have been really bad, because then I would have for sure lost during the next turn. So it might have been a misplay, but I did it. And I go for him when he can't trigger his monster, because when Utopia attacks, you can't activate any monsters, so he doesn't get the effect to summon from the grave. And now he's just gonna try and stall, get me to draw one card, but my 1 card turns out to be just what I needed. I have Snow Engrave. I only have 3 targets for her in the grave, and then 1 Utopia Lightning. So that's 4 plus the 1 I draw. That means I can't even activate her without attacking. So if I attack, I detach 2, then I can activate my snow, but I still lose because he has 3,300 attack. So what can I possibly draw that will get me out of this bind? And I draw my Galaxy Soldier. I play 3 of for Cyber Dragon, and I tribute my own monster, get 7 Engrave, get my snow, attack with Giant Rex, and I have just enough to go for game. No cards in deck, no cards in grave, 45 cards banished, more than I play in my entire deck. And that was game.